Alrighty, fellas. We are back with another hot takes video. My lazy ass refuses to do any video on the spectacle battle Kuji, so I'd rather do this instead. We're gonna pick up where we left off last time in episode 1, where we had this huge block of text from the Mighty Stardust. We're just here gonna have a nice fun time, nice chill time. You know, if you guys ever want to add any hot takes to this thread, you gotta go ahead and join the Matches Peaches Discord. We have a good time talking in here, you know. So with that said, let us get this underway. All right. So Stardust manga dimensions that are officially licensed are all garbage. Their details muddy. What made the original figures and sculpts great, and the dark, dull painting on them just makes them look more taboo than anything. I don't want a high school art project. The original figure itself is art enough for me, with showing the paint and details in a realistic sense. Is there anything else here besides him bitching about MDs? No. So, okay. Now that I have a lot of custom manga dimensions, I really am not a fan of really any of the official ones. Maybe Gogeta Blue, but they use very, very dark colors that I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer if they use a lot of these brighter colors that these custom painters typically tend to do. And they do use, like, for the Super Saiyans, for example, they use a very ugly brown for, like, the hair and shit that I'm not really a huge fan of anymore. Like, back when I started, I thought they were the coolest thing ever, right? Because, I mean, they're manga dimensions. They like, very unique, pretty cool art style. But yeah, I mean, after getting some, like, custom ones, I'm not a huge fan of them. I wouldn't call them horrible. And I think it's a bit extreme to say that they're like a high schooler's art project, but I mean, to each their own. I'm not a huge fan of them really anymore. So I kind of understand it, but some people like them, you know. So some examples on what I don't like. Okay. Dark shade matter. Okay. Disproportionate color separation of the hair. The hair's fine on Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, the color separation is meant to show like there's a little bit of shine to it, which Super Saiyan 4 I think does have. Hold on. Let's pull up. Yeah, there's tonage there. There's a little bit of shine. Let me switch this over. Look at that. Got some shine here. Like in this Dokkan art, you see that shiny glare. Like, yeah, the MD Super Saiyan 4 Goku has it too, I believe. So, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that kind of layering there. If anything, I feel like this is like one of the better MDs with the fur colors and the hair colors. But again, to each their own. Foot supports on them, looking jarring with their blank colors compared to what's trying to be conveyed as a specialized figure. Like, well, okay. What do you mean? Because all manga, like all officially licensed manga dimensions, their non-MD counterparts all have whatever the exact same foot stand is, just maybe with some different coloring. And if they're see-through on the original, they're going to be see-through on the manga dimension too. Like the MSP Super Saiyan Goku, that has a see-through base on both the MD and the original. So I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Unless you just mean that it just looks weird on them flat out because it kind of takes away from their effect or something. Maybe. I might be misunderstanding. Chocolate MSP. Just why? I don't know. Cool little collector unique thing. Like, I think a lot of hobbies like this kind of have just like weird coloring, like special bonus things, right? But, I mean, yeah, it is a weird, I guess, concept. But, I mean, some people like them, and they're expensive for probably a good reason. The only real thing I'll say I like about Manga Dimensions is that the packaging that they got here in the States. Wait. Is the packaging that they got here. Okay. They look very in tune with the oh, I get what he means. Like very in tune with the figure, and the figures themselves would work better if left inside those boxes. It's because they have the see-through window, right? I kind of understand that. I guess for like a Funko Pop to use it as like a comparison, a lot of people keep that in the box because it has a see-through window, so you can see it. You don't need to take it out. You know, keep it nice and, I don't know, safe over time, something like that. But would work better if left inside those boxes. Maybe just because they're kind of like this very niche, like, oh, I want all my attention on this figure because it's so niche and it's expensive and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I kind of get that. The only strong chains that look good are Gohan and Krillin. Oh, that's kind of crazy. So the base Goku, the base Vegeta, the Master Roshi, and I mean, we have the other Krillin. Do you mean, are you saying that only the Gohan and Krillin pairing look good? Because the other Krillin is basically the same thing. He's just kind of frowning and pissed off and not really smiling. I mean, I personally don't agree. I think the strong chains set is like very, very strong. I don't know if I would say it's like one of the best of all time, because I to be completely honest, there's a lot of base form, like yada yada. I want that hype shit. I want that colored hair. I want that yellow like flowing hair. Or there's like special, I don't know, Kaioken red colors. They're all base forms. Like, it's not one of the best for me, but they do look good. It's a good looking set. So I disagree vehemently. I don't know if I use that word correctly, but again, to each their own, I guess. But I feel like you can't really get a better base Goku and base Vegeta than strong chains. However, if it's a talk about how expensive they are versus the quality they are, I can kind of get on board with that. I don't think they're good enough to warrant their pricing these days. Like back in the day, you could get them for like $90 or something like that, because that's how much I used to have mine for. But then now you need to spend like damn near $200 for each. It's kind of crazy. They're probably gonna make better ones anytime soon, anyways. I wouldn't say that they don't look good. I just don't think they're worth their price. Never said they look. Oh, look good. Oh, he's responding to him. Arise is superior to masterlise. That. Okay. Now, Mr. Steak, I'll call you Mr. Steak. Do you personally think, like, when you say this, are you saying that the Arise figures that we have, that we also have masterlise figures of, the Arise is better? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that Arise as a line is completely superior to masterlise? Because I remember I did a poll where I was asking about, you know, oh, we have this Arise figure, like Demon King Piccolo. We have this masterlise Demon King Piccolo. Compare them. What's the better figure? And I made this kind of comparison, and I told people to keep in mind, like, don't include the price range, because Arise figures, they are way up there. They're like $300 starting price. Some crazy. It's crazy shit. Like, masterlise, for the amount you're paying and the quality you're getting it back, like, nothing is like it. So if we're including pricing, Arise is never ever ever going to be superior to masterlise. However, if we ignore that and budget is not a factor, I can see the argument that there are quite a few Arise figures that are superior to their masterlise counterparts. Like, okay, semi-perfect cell, or even the imperfect cell. Those two are much better than the masterlise version, in my opinion. So if that's what you mean, then yes, in some cases I agree. Not all cases. I don't think all cases I agree, but in some cases, maybe even a good amount of cases. I'd have to go back and look. Heather, all right, hot take. You like Manga Dimensions figures because they definitely stand out. Honestly, enjoy the various options that you have for colors and color styles in SMSP line, from the brush to the tones. Another one is that you don't need to break the bank to have an amazing anime figure, especially with a lot of price figure lines having great quality and sculpt nowadays. You can spend 25 or 30 euros or dollars and walk away with a Grandista, Glitter and Glamours, Luminosita, other Crane figures for a little bit more, and then Oh, you're comparing masterlise figures to the same pricing for shows like JJK, Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece. Oh, I definitely agree. Like, I too like manga dimensions, more so, you know, the custom ones. And I do like the color pop that they bring to a shelf. And I also very much agree that right now we're in a great time of crane figures that if you don't have the budget for masterlise figures or Kuji figures, there are so many good crane figures that have been coming out this year, ending of last year, like especially for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's been killing it. And I also know that JJK's been doing pretty damn good with their crane figures as well, because I have a few and they came through and I was very surprised at their quality. And I mean, some of them were even like way better than the older JJK Kuji, like especially like we're talking Luminosita, Figurisma, these Sega lines, like it wasn't even comparable. Like they were just shitting on the masterlise ones. Not masterlise, the old Kuji. I don't think they're masterlise. Okay, Jorkus, manga dimensions stuck in general. There's good MD customs in opinion. The original figure always be. I fully disagree. There are so many figures, especially old ones. They're missing like 1 or 2 missing pieces to really like send it home to make it a perfect figure. Like, to bring up a comparison, maybe I just throw up a picture to show the differences, but I have a custom Omnibus Brave Full Power Frieza. It's manga dimensions, and I think it looked infinitely better than the official one. The official one, I can't remember if it has shading or not, but the big thing is it has no battle damage to him. He is such a flat looking figure because we know him in that moment to be bleeding out of like every fucking orifice part of his body, you know, like that's a big thing that was missing from that Frieza figure. And getting a custom of it really makes that figure feel a lot more, how do I say? Makes it feel like it has a lot more depth to it, right? That's my personal opinion. If you're of the opinion that just general, like, I don't know what they call them, 3D customs, where you're just touching up on the original figure, not really making it MD, then yeah. I mean, that's dependent on the person. I know not everyone's like a manga dimensions fan, but I mean, you even said yourself, there are good MD customs. You agree, they look good. They're always, the original figure will be superior. Not always. And personally, I don't think really ever, unless that manga dimension just sucks. Let's see. Oh, save. Back at it with another one. Lukewarm take, but the tones are the worst SMSP variant. It probably depends on the person. I think probably Manga Dimension is the worst out of the variants, personally. Like the official ones. I've just grown to not really like them that much. Yeah, tones are better than MDs. I think I do agree. Because there's like a nice nicheness with the tones that you can kind of set them all up to be like this monochromatic thing. I think they look pretty cool. And because you can also include like all these other like BWFC tones figures, because there are some of them that are just like they're black and white tones, right? I think it looks pretty dope when they're all together. The SMSP Gogeta and Goodbye Goku MDs are bad. This whole thread is just MDs are bad. Jesus Christ, you people. All right. Sure. If you think they're bad, then they're bad. I think they're bad too. So, keeping a figure sealed in its cardboard prison forever is the ultimate collector's trap. Figures are meant to be handheld, dusted, posed, and actually enjoyed. If your holy grail is in pristine mint, inbox investment for 20 years down the road, you aren't even a real fan. Sadly, you're just a day trader with a shelf fetish. I partially agree. There's a certain point where a figure is just such like a holy grail, like, you know, that once you break it open, its value is going to decrease so much to a point that's like, is it worth it? Like, think of it like a graded, super expensive Pokemon card. You're not going to break it open and then go like, oh, I'm a real collector. I'm going to break this $10,000 card open just so I can say I'm a real collector. No, you're going to keep it in its fucking like its grading case, you know? Like just with these figures, some of them, you might keep them sealed because the value is just going to be that much more than if you were to open it, have it out display, you know, worn, all that stuff. So I partially agree. But I think there's a point where I kind of get it, where I'm just like, well, at that point, like, yes, you're collecting it. It still has a collector's feel because you're like, I have this. Not a lot of people have it, but you don't want to open it because you're gonna lose a lot of money down the line. I half and half, agree, disagree. All right, Superhero Shenron is greater than the Ultimate Variation Shenron. I do not agree. I like the pose that the Superhero one is doing, and I actually think I would refer the Superhero Shenron a lot more to like newcomers because of its pricing, and also the GT one, the red one, is in the same pose as the Ultimate Variation Shenron. So you can fix that and have a lot more, you know, posing of these different figures by getting the Superhero Shenron, because then now you don't have two Shenrons that are in the same, you know, pose. But I think this one's mainly to each their own. I personally still just fully think the Ultimate Variation Shenron is better because it's Shenron looking like right at you. Like if you're gonna get a dragon figure that is looking directly at your fucking face, you're gonna want it to be Shenron. Superhero Shenron, it also has that seam line on its neck that I kind of find a little annoying. It's still a great figure, but Ultimate Variation just clears, in my opinion. Oh my god, what is this, Feeny? Dark Broly is the best Broly figure we have. Are you batshit crazy? That thing has no fucking shading. Like, it's cool. Cool concept, you know, but, I mean, you're taking this over, like, the Omnibus Z Broly or any of the Dragon Ball Super Brolys? Like, maybe some of them. But, really? Or, you're saying all Broly, so we're including, like, every Dragon Ball Super Broly. Like, even, what the fuck is it called? History of Rivals? Is that what it's called? Where's the Akari, you know, base form Broly? That thing is bitching. You're really gonna say Dark Broly's better than that? Alright, I mean, I think you're crazy, but I mean, that's what these threads are for, you know, like, this is the shit I want to see. And Grandista Gohan is the best Gohan we have from Dragon Ball Z. Who? Like, okay. Feeny. We have two Grandista Gohans. Which one are you talking about? I need clarification. I think I disagree both ways anyways, though, because now we do have that, oh no, sorry, you're saying from Dragon Ball Z. I still think you're wrong. The MSP Special Color Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is my personal favorite Gohan figure out there. From Dragon Ball Z, that is. I don't know how hot this is, but the return of Maximatic for Dragon Ball would have been infinitely better than the Grandista comeback that we got. So, I kind of understand why he says this, because the Maximatic figures we do have for Dragon Ball, they mesh very well with the masterlise line. You know, they scale like almost 1-to-1, like they're almost the exact same scaling. So, I mean, even now you just throw them on a shelf, they're gonna look good together. So I kind of get it, but like Grandista is something special where it's kind of like there are these very large but very cheap, very high quality sculpt crane figures, you know, like those are hard. I mean, like what other crane series can you even point the finger at and go, this is better than Grandista? You can't really do that. I feel like Grandista as a whole is just the better, or even just the best, you know, crane figure line out there, because it grants a certain scaling that masterlise doesn't reach. So I think it's something that's like, you know, well needed in this hobby. Okay, I don't know if this is a hot topic, but black and white figures are not good in my opinion. They also cost around the same as a colored crane figure. Huh? Like the tone ones? As a color. Well, I mean, all the tones like Super Master Stress piece are much expensive than any colored crane figure. I mean, even if you're talking about the BWFC, I actually don't know their pricings. I don't know if this is correct or not, but I think black and white figures are pretty good. The tones, I think they're pretty cool representation for what they are. I don't know what this means though. So, all right, Matt again. He's probably got some more bullshit. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, I don't even care anymore. You keep shitting on MDs, I don't give a fuck. I think customs typically are the way to go. Okay, I think there's just a discussion on this. Yeah, never mind. This whole part is straight bullshit. Douchebaggington and Matt, straight BS. Oh my god. You guys don't know how to fucking discuss in one of these threads. Alright. Not sure how hot of a take this is, but it should be unacceptable to Bandai for a GX Materia or Grandista to outshine a sculpt of the same character for the Masterlise line. It degrades the value of the line and makes them seem less premium. Well, I mean, so you're arguing that we should take the resources from like these Crane figures and put them more so towards Masterlise, because that's supposed to be the more premium line, and then the Crane figures receive a little bit less in quality. I feel like Masterlise are as good as we can really get most of the time, though, you know. I think getting GX Materia and Grandista that look really good is very good options for, you know, the cheaper collectors. Like, not everyone is going to be able to afford every Ichiban Kuji set. We're looking at like $300 for the full thing. Like, it's not always going to happen. Crane figures, like a fraction of the price. And hey, if they are as good quality as Masterlise or even better, that's a bonus for the people that can't really collect Masterlise. So I disagree. I think it's just good representation. I think we do need a little bit of that quality in the Crane figure world because, hey, Crane figures are fun to collect too. Not everyone is like a pure Masterlise collector. Like, I'm not. I have Grandista, I have Matchmakers, I have Masterlise, I got everything, you know? All right, Matt with more hot takes. Okay. Bandai puts far too many resources into SHF. While it's the only line that basically supports their action figure audience, it has far too many releases. I'd much rather see Ichiban Kuji release every month instead of SHF every month. Well, okay, I don't follow SHF too much, but I almost want to say they release maybe like a figure every few months. Kuji gets like a whole set of figures every month, you know? I think the distribution is fine. I don't know if I just don't understand the SHF, you know, how much stuff comes across on that line. But from what I see come across on my Twitter feed, like, I feel like Kuji gets a lot more, you know? Like, I'm not an SHF collector, so I mean, by all means, if I want to take the SHF resource and put them to Kuji, go for it. But SHF, that, like, as much as I wish Kuji was like the main like Dragon Ball collector's hobby figure like space, it's not. It's SHF. SHF videos get way more views, they get way more attention on them than any sort of like Kuji reviews or anything like that. Which personally, I mean, I'm not an SHF collector, so I don't quite get it, but I mean, I do wish that Kuji had more attention on it. It's because it's pretty niche. And Bandai doesn't need to make Masterlise Ichiban Kuji for a lesser series. I've seen some people asking for some anime to receive Masterlise just for the sake of it. Very few franchises have the marketability that franchises like Dragon Ball have. Like different forms, iconic designs, huge lineup of characters, etc. I mean, maybe, right? Like, I don't know, what's a small series that has gotten Masterlise recently that really didn't need it? I mean, there's some old anime that I've got no idea what even their names are that got Masterlise recently. It almost seems like everything is getting a Masterlise line or something now, which is pretty crazy. But I mean, they don't need to make it Masterlise. I don't know, maybe they just do something like how the old JJK Kuji lines were, where they weren't Masterlise. They definitely weren't the quality of Masterlise, because you see the quality of the Todo, the Yuji, and the Mahito from the Shibuya, like, I think Shibuya Kuji number 4 or something like that, and you compare it to the Colon Games Kuji, where they're all Masterlise EX piece, the quality difference is actually, like, staggering. Like, the new Masterlise, like, EX piece compared to those older JJK Kujis, oh my god. The old ones look so bad in comparison. Like, I have some of the old Kuji on my shelf for, like, Shibuya, because that's all we have. And the new stuff just shits on it. Like, it's... Like, I mean, even just, like, here's a comparison. The detail in Yuta's fucking shoelaces is better than the fucking Yuji from the Shibuya Ichiban Kuji number 4 set. Like, it's crazy. Like, the quality difference when something has that masterlise, label slapped onto it gets a huge glow up. So what I think I would prefer them to do is take like series that aren't as popular, maybe take the masterlise efforts and put them into series like, I don't know, One Piece only has EXPs, but I mean, maybe that's their preferred because they scale with like Portrait of Pirates. But what about JJK? Like, JJK has so much traction, like not just here but in Japan too. Like, people would love full scale masterlise Jujutsu Kaisen figures, which we are now getting, but it's a few years too late, So that's my opinion. Those may conflict with your SHF comment in a way. I think Bandai should make less Dragon Ball Ichiban Kuji. My reason lies within how good masterlise outside Goku and Gohan came out. If Bandai produced less Kuji, we'd likely get higher quality releases. I'd be happy to wait a little longer for a better looking product instead of flooding the market through Ichiban Kuji. Have been the highest quality items for their price by far. I would say yes, but maybe once we've gotten representation for everything that's been missing. Like, I'm not saying I want to rush through a lot of things, but I don't know. Like, I know we have that not Legacy of Goku, whatever, that Spirit of the Saiyan set. I know this thing has been harped on and everything, and I do think it's a very good set, but I mean, we could have made that set, I don't know, Dragon Ball Super Beerus Kuji set or something, like, or any sort of Dragon Ball Super Kuji in preparation set. Like, we have so many Dragon Ball Super figures that aren't in Masterlise. It's kind of crazy. Or we're missing a lot of Dragon Ball Z movie stuff too. Like, I think once we start getting to repeats like that Spirit of the Saiyan, then yeah, maybe slow down the tempo, take longer time making these Kujis for Dragon Ball so they come out higher quality. But I think we need to do one pass through, one full loop of all the big stuff we're missing. I think once that happens, then yeah, I think I would agree. Because, like, if I have to wait, like, I don't know, another 5 years for, like, a Dragon Fist Goku, like, are you shitting me? I know, like, oh, if I wait 10 years, the quality's gonna be crazy. Like, I'll be 30 by then, man. Or I'll be past 30. But I don't want to wait that long. I'd rather them just, give it a good quality, like, prioritize the quality of a figure that hype, but then maybe, like, take away from, like, the lesser figures from the Kuji or something. I don't know. That's just my take. Masterlise only collections can look boring and become unfulfilling. When you open up your collection to other types of figures and series, it brings the display to life and gives it way more variety. Yes. 100%. There's so much layering you can do with other series. Like, you could chuck a matchmaker set in front of a Masterlise shelf. It's a different size of figures. You can add so much layering with that. Like, I've seen really cool Saiyan Saga displays with those new matchmakers, like Goku versus Vegeta. Oh, they look so sick. You just plop them right at the front of, like, an Ozaru Vegeta with all your other Masterlise. It gives so much depth to the shelf. It always looks so good. So I'm a big... I big agree on this. 100%. All my Masterlise extra figures shit on your favorite Masterlise of any other character from any other franchise. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong. Actually, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have any My Hero figures. I definitely don't have All Might. But I mean, he definitely looks hella fucking good, So I get it. If you are a My Hero fan, I can definitely see that argument over a Dragon Ball, what's a big popular, I don't know, the Masterlise Extra MUI Goku. You can pit those two together. The Ultimate Masterlise Extra Goku from Dragon Ball Super figure versus the Ultimate Masterlise Extra My Hero character, which would be, All Might, and then pit those two together. Which do you prefer? I think it just comes down to which anime you prefer. So I get it. Bandai shouldn't make a single Kuji with everything everyone wants, like an all Bulma setter, an omnibus style movie Kuji with the big hitters missing. The reason being that it will make it so we have nothing else to look forward to in the future. there's also a good chance one or two of the figures could come out worse since it's in a packed Kuji. So, okay. I guess, okay, if we had representation for everything, then yeah. I mean, I would agree. If we had representation for all the big moments, maybe pad out the super hype Kuji sets with something a little less hype for people that are more serious about collecting every character. Like, I'm thinking about back in the original, like, omnibus sets, every figure was some crazy hype moment. Like, if we look at the first omnibus set, like, here, let me pull it up right now. Okay, so here we go. If we look at this first, like, versus omnibus set, like, UI Goku, hype as hell. Jiren, hype as hell. Super Saiyan Gogeta, hype as hell. Broly, hype as hell. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, oh my god. Kid Buu, Omega hype set. Every character is some crazy, crazy hype figure, you know? But they had to do it at the beginning because, well, I guess if I were to put this in the context of like Dokkan Battle or something like that, they release like a lot of these super hype characters in the beginning because they want to grab a lot of attention while this thing is brand new. They want a lot of eyes on it as soon as possible. So that way they get all the hype stuff out of the way. A lot of people are interested, and then down the line, you know, start spreading it out. They don't need to be as hype as they were before because now they have a dedicated fan base. So it was this one. Yeah, Bandai shouldn't make a single Kuji with everything everyone wants. I get it. But my main thing is, I feel like we're missing still like so many big moments that, like, we kind of suffered from early repeats. Like, think about how many Dragon Ball Super Broly's we had just over and over and over again that could have had like a better slot back then. Like, that kind of took away from like precious representation that we kind of needed. I think we do need to do like maybe one big year of a lot of these super hype Kuji sets with no repeats. And I'm talking like very hype moments, very hype characters. Let's get one more pass through of that. And then from there, we can start talking about, okay, this Kuji is going to have a repeat of this character. But then there's also going to be the super niche character that only like super hard dedicated collectors are going to have. Like, I think that's what we need. Because there are so many big characters. Like I'm just thinking of Dragon Ball Super again. I go back to Dragon Ball Super whenever I think of what is Masterlise missing. There is so many big fucking sets that should have been out years ago, but they just didn't do it. And now we're in a position where we're just waiting for the Dragon Ball Super anime to return for them to pump them out. And would I want them to not make those single Kuji sets with everything everyone wants? No, I want them to spam those Dragon Ball Super very hype characters. Just like, give me Trunks, you know? Give me a fucking Evolution Blue Vegeta. Give me a fucking, like, Dragon Ball Super, oh no, Super Shenron. Give me a Super Shenron. Like, give me all that shit. I don't want to spread out. Not yet. In the future, yes, 100%. Once we have a lot of good stuff that is missing, yes, definitely. Because that is how you create longevity for these sets and how you spread it out throughout the time. And then it gives you something to like look forward to the future. So I understand what you're saying, Matt, but I don't think we're quite there yet, in my opinion. Okay. Bandai should prioritize masterlise for characters we haven't seen yet, or new versions of characters that have become wildly expensive. Okay, so this is like the opposite to what Matt just said. Yes, I agree with you, P. 100%. Yes, we are missing too many big moments in Masterlise to just kind of sweep it under the rug and go, nah, we can have a less cool Kuji and just include these niche characters. You know, we'll spread it out. No, I'm not with that. Not until Dragon Ball Super pumps out the good shit. Okay. And then our last take of the day from Jocko. I'll say it again, but the return of Maximatic line for Dragon Ball figures. Oh. So this is a repeat from before. I mean, I disagree. I would like to see the return of Maximatic. Is it better than Grandista? No. Would it be cool if Maximatic returned for Dragon Ball? Oh yeah, totally. It's a new flavor, you know? I don't mind it. All right, but that is everything I wanted to add for this episode of Dragon Ball Figure Hot Takes. We had some pretty good ones, but you know, a lot of this, oh, MD is bad, oh, these customs are shit, I prefer my, all right, I get it. Not everyone's a custom MD fan. Fuck off. All right, I don't need 50 comments on that. All right, but if you guys enjoyed this, you know, add to the thread. I will do another episode whenever I guess I feel like it. I don't know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, bye-bye.